Hello ho mga aming followers ng Life Talk with Susan Barlin. Happy Mother's Day po sa inyong lahat. Alam kong maraming mga nanay na nagse-celebrate ngayon at naaalala ng kanilang mga anak, ng kanilang mga kaibigan. Kanina po umaga, of course, ang aga-agan, I received flowers already. My daughter sent me, of course, my gift, my cake. Thank you kay Christine. Thank you, Christine Lim, for the beautiful array of fruits and, chocolate-coated fruits. Napaka-sweet naman ng batang yun. Anak-anakan ko na rin yun eh. So, mami. So, anyway, maraming salamat po sa mga nakaalala at bumati sa lahat po ng ating mga followers, Happy Mother's Day po sa inyo. Ang mga nanay po talaga kung haligi po ng tahanan ang mga tatay, I bet you, imposible pong mawala ang nanay. Napakahalaga ng isang ina sa isang tahanan. Pwede nga mawala yung ama, wag lang yung nanay, di po ba? Di ba? Tama ba yun? So mamaya po may mga prizes po tayo. I-announce po natin ngayon yung sinasabi natin yung pinaka-maraming tag na Emergent Kid, no? So, I love Emergent Baby. Yung ganun po. So, most tag and most comment gets $500. Malaki-laki rin po yun na pang-grocery. Sana po yung manalo ay yung nangangailangan talaga. At talaga, syempre, pinagpaguran niya yon at kinareer talaga yon. So, we are already tabulating. Ngayon din po mga televiewers, parang television, pero mga followers natin, thank you. Nagpa-practice na po ako maging punta sa television, So, malapit na. Hinihintay ko na lang yung go signal ni Direk. So, ang isa po yung, meron po tayong magiging panauhin ngayon. I admire this woman because, she is a symbol of strength in many things, also of discipline. In everything she does, I am sure her strength comes from the discipline she imposes on herself. Hindi ho madaling maging malakas o maging matibay kung wala po tayong disiplina. Ang panauhin po natin ngayon ay simbolo ng lakas, disiplina, at paninindigan. I really admire her. She mostly appears on character, as a character actress. And of course, she is also very fond of sports. Oh my gosh, her body is like, para pong walang buto, nakaka-impress, One of these days, gusto kong matuto sa kanya. And then, of course, social media influencer po rin siya. And in a good way, kasi marami pong mga social media influencer na kahit ano na lang ang sinashare, di ba? Pero po siya, yung po ginagawa niyang pag-influence ay yung pong makakabuti at nakaka-inspire ng something na nagagamit niya yon para mabuksan ang mata ng mga, mga followers niya. She's ageless, forever young, forever slim, her body, oh my gosh. Nakita ko po ang kanyang, so beautiful. Sa beach, nakita ko, wag mong sabihin, may nag-share sa akin. And mother po siya ng mga kapamilya heartthrob na si Diego Loyzaga. Naku, tignan mo naman, sasabihin natin, how she raised her kids. So, kaya po, pinili ko po na siya po ang maging guest natin ngayon. Guys, let me welcome Miss Teresa Loyzaga. Hello, Teresa.
Miss Susan, hello. Thank you very much for that wonderful introduction. Hello to everyone watching. Happy Mother's Day. And to all mothers out there, happy Mother's Day. Thank you very much for that intro.
Totoo naman. Every word is true, di ba? Walang exaggerated na word doon. Lahat is really, it fits you. It befits you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Teresa, you have raised your kids for a long time, almost by yourself, right? You know, and what I would like to ask is like, how did you do it? I mean, two boys, right? You have two
Yes,
boys.
two boys.
That's not easy. And look what became of them. They were great, you know. Share with our followers how you did that.
To be honest, I think number one, you have to be honest in life. I cannot take full credit because I grew up with another strong woman figure in my life aside from my mother. I had my yaya, my nanny. I used to call her nanay. Her name is Conchita Galope. My nanay has passed away already, but while I was growing up, she was forever with me. And a lot of the things that I know and I've learned in life, I learned from her. She gave up her family. She never had her own family because she stayed with us, with our family. And that alone, that selflessness is one big thing na natutunan ko sa kanya. Si nanay po ang tumulong sa akin magpalaki ng mga anak ko dahil dun po sa mga hindi nakakaalam, year 2000 po nung nag-migrate kami to go to Australia.
Okay.
Kinalikuran ko ang show business and we went to Australia, we migrated, and nanay was with us. And I had to find a job. I had to put my children to school. We didn't have a place to stay. I had to find a house. I really started from scratch. Marami pong nag-aakala na porket artista kayo, mayaman kayo. Porket ako, Loyzaga, ay ang dami pera niyan. Hindi po, nung nagpunta po ako ng Australia, talaga wala. Pero hindi ko po kinahihiya yun at hindi ko ginawang dahilan para mawalan ako ng pag-asa o mawalan ako ng lakas ng loob. Bagkus napalakas pa yung loob ko dahil inisip ko may mga anak ako. Tapos siya, nandyan din si nanay. Masarap isipin na oo, nandyan din ang pamilya ko na kapag tatakbo ako sa kanila, makakasiguro ko na tutulong sila. Sigurado yan. Pero siguro natutunan ko na tumayo sa sarili kong mga paa, hindi dahil mayabang.
Yes.
Hindi dahil proud ako or ayokong lumapit at nakakahiyang humingi ng tulong. Hindi yun eh. Ginusto ko rin na ma-prove din sa sarili ko at may pakita sa mga anak ko na sabihin man natin hindi buo ang pamilya natin, dahil wala naman yung mga ama ninyo dito sa atin, hindi ba? Tayo-tayo lang. Pero buo ang unit natin.
Yes.
At ang ibig sabihin pa rin nito na kaya natin.
Correct. So I think it's a principle. Prinsipyo rin yun, di ba?
Prinsipyo, yes. Salamat na lang sa Diyos. Maabilidad naman ako. So nag-apply ako sa mga trabaho doon kahit na wala akong background para sa mga trabahong yun. Siguro naipakita ko rin sa kanila na go-getter ako. I'm willing to learn. And I think that's a very good attitude. So, in Australia, I went to work, tapos si nanay, may iwan sa mga bata, magdadala sa kanila sa school. Walang sasakyan, naglalakad lang kami. We didn't have a car, anything.
Wow.
And that's how basically it turned out. It worked. Until I landed the job being a flight attendant, and then I had the choice of whether to fly abroad or to just fly locally so that I can spend time with my children. Kasi ginawa ko pa rin po na priority, syempre, to be present in my children's growing up years.
Yeah. How many hours a day were you working when you were a single mom, working in the real world outside the movies?
Wow, a shift can go from 12 to 14 hours.
Wow.
And depende if I have a duty of overnight.
Okay.
And when I was flying internationally, I can be gone for 7 days and then come back after. And then meron naman kayong mga 4 days off. So I'll be at home 4 days, catch up with my motherly duties and everything.
Now, while you are away, how do you keep in touch with them? I mean, do you call them? I mean those times I'm sure wala pang internet, you know. So do you communicate with the kids every day or
every day yan, every day. And also we're given how would you say, importance also na you need to call your family. There's always contact. We always used to have a system at work na you can bring home.
Yes.
So just to be sure, meron. At saka yung mga hotels na tinirahan namin noon, kada lumilipad po kami, meron po silang parang yung pinaka-main office na nagagamit namin yung mga computers, pwede namin silang i-chat, or meron din kaming access on the phone. Meron naman.
Because I think that is one of the secrets. That's why you were able to raise them properly. Kasi hindi mo inalis yung communication sa kanila.
No, communication is very, very important.
Yeah, you know, Teresa, I was the same when I was always a working mother, and when the kids were raising our growing up. Pero yung communication na maging part sila na alam nila bakit mo ginagawa yun, na anak, aalis si mami, mawawala si mami ng ganito, you understand. Kahit na bata pa sila, importante yung bang you make them a part of that.
Alam niyo, Miss Susan, I went through some of my old boxes, talkal ako ng mga gamit ko. Ang dami namin mga sulat kaming mag-iina. Like ako, bago umalis, kung masyado pang maaga, tulog pa yung mga bata, mag-iiwan ako ng note sa table. Kuya Sep, that's my eldest son.
Yes.
You are the man of the house. So you look after nanay, okay? And you make sure you pick up your brother from school. And basta meron ako mga orders, gano'n din sa anak ko. Tapos yan yung anak ko, pag uwi ko, meron din akong letter. Ganun kami noon, nag-iiwan kami ng mga letters. And now, my eldest son is 32, and Diego's turning 26 in a few days.
Okay.
Going back and looking at all those letters, sabi ko, ganito tayo nakaraos noon. This is how we live day by day.
Oh, nice.
And really, when you say communication is very important, it really is.
It's really very important. Kasi alam mo, what's sad, Miss Teresa, is that maraming mga nanay na hindi nagtatrabaho, nasa bahay sila, talagang full-time housewife, pero yung communication sa anak wala. You know what I mean? So, kaya kung minsan magtataka ka, bakit yung mother is like, is always at home, present lagi, pero bakit yung mga anak na pariwara? So, mga nanay po na nanonood, importante po talaga ang communication. Huwag niyo pong aalisin yon at lagi po kayo mag-reach out sa anak niyo, you know, and you know, no matter how short it is, maybe a short note like Miss Teresa did, you know, try to reach out to them, make them your friends first before becoming their son or their mother, right?
That's very true. Nakakatawa po. When you were saying that, nagpa-flashback yung mga dialogue sa akin, lalo na ni Diego, my younger son. Ma'am, alam mo yun, ma'am, narinig ko na yan. You already said that. Tama na, ma'am. Sabi ko, excuse me, anak. Sabi ko, yan na lang ang trabaho ko ngayon. Daldal lang ako ng daldal para ganun, matandaan ninyo, huwag niyong makakalimutan. Itong papel ko, nagpapaalala lang sa inyo parate, di ba? Kasi meron na kayong sarili ninyong buhay. Wow. So, huwag mong tanggalin sa akin ito. Sabi ko, ito na lang ang papel ko ngayon. I'll just remind you and remind you and remind you. And it's funny because pag ngayon magkahiwalay kami, nasa taping siya eh. Kasi maalam mo, I was thinking, may gagawin sana ako, pero naririnig ko yung boses mo in the background. Lahat yung mga pinapayo mo sa akin nun, parang nandun ka, naririnig ko, ma'am. So it works. Yes, effective siya. It works.
Oh my gosh. And you know what? So it's really you na, yung bang nakita mo, you know, kahit na may edad na sila, you know, nandun pa rin yung communication, hindi mo pa rin inalis, right? That's so nice. Yes. That's so nice. So mga mommy, huwag niyo pong aalisin ang pakikicommunicate sa mga anak kahit na may edad na sila, okay? So anyway, now, Ms. Teresa, I'm sure you have your own kinds of challenges your time while you were raising your kids. Can you imagine how the mothers are right now during this pandemic?
Oh, wow.
If you were a mother right now in this kind of scenario, how would you handle it?
I know the first thing that would probably impact me would be panic.
Yes.
I'd probably panic, especially kung maliliit pa yung mga bata.
Tama.
Sa pandemyang nangyayari po ngayon around the world, ang gusto natin makasiguro na ang kalusugan natin, ang kalusugan ng mga anak natin,
Yes.
wag na wag makompromiso.
Correct.
Mahirap ang buhay ngayon. Anong
Yes.
ipapakain mo na kumpleto ang sustansya kung wala ka naman trabaho, kung hindi malaki yung kinikita mo, marami pong mga areas na makakapag-apekto.
Tama.
Upang ang isang magulang sa panahon ngayon, maibigay lahat ng pangangailangan ng mga anak niya o ng pamilya niya. I'm sure kung ako ang nanay ngayon ng mga maliliit na bata, I'd be so scared.
Yes.
I wouldn't know where and how to be able to protect my children and make sure that they're far from any harm.
So what you're trying to say is that, of course, we cannot put them in a box, right? Kasi hindi naman natin pwedeng ikahon ang mga bata. They still have to live in this world, but you would be educating them on what are the dangers and how they would, protect themselves.
Precisely.
Now, what about for a mother? Because Mother's Day ngayon, obviously, of course, nawalan ng trabaho, nawalan ng, of course, everything is like ang daming nagsarang kumpanya, ang daming nawala industriya na naapektuhan, ang dami ring mga nagsarang negosyo. Ano ang may papayo mo sa mga nanay na nasa ganitong sitwasyon?
Sabi ko rin po to sa isang interview ko not so long ago. Wag po kayong mawawala ng pag-asa at saka bilib sa sarili ninyo. Hindi porket nawalan kayo ng trabaho, hindi na kayo effective sa bahay. Hindi, very effective pa rin tayo. Tayo ang ehemplo. Alam mo, ang mga bata, pinanonood tayo ang bawat galaw natin eh. Pag nakita nilang alangan tayo at natatakot tayo, magiging ganun din ang personalidad nila. Sabihin na natin nung wala tayong trabaho ngayon, maraming online ngayon at saka they succeed in their online businesses. And in saying that, sabihin na lang natin, itaguyod natin ngayon sa mga pamamahay natin dahil nga may pandemya, ang hygiene, number 1, para matutunan din ng mga anak natin kung paano protektahan ang sarili nila para mabawasan tayo ng worries natin. Pag ito naintindihan nila, mabibigyan tayo ng pagkakataon, siguro maghanap ng online business or ng ibang paraan para makapaghanap ng hanap buhay kung saan tayo pwede kumita. Huwag natin ibaliwala or kalimutan na kahit na hindi pera ang naipapasok natin sa loob ng bahay, ang naituturo pa rin natin sa mga anak natin, sa bahay natin, ay makakatulong pa rin sa kanila now and up to the future. Di ba? Wag natin i-instill sa mga brains ng mga anak natin na kapag hindi ka magtrabaho na ang bayad sa'yo, ang laki-laki, hindi na worth it. Hindi yun eh. Like, again, the core in the family is love, communication, understanding. If you teach them all these values, they will be widely wise. Wisdom ang iiral. And then from there, you will have a portion of your life na alam ko, okay yung mga anak ko. Sige, now I can focus on paano ako pwedeng kumita sa pangangailangan ng mga anak ko ngayon. You will feel confident because naturuan mo ng basics ang mga anak mo, pwede kang mag-focus ngayon on something else. And then maybe you can even delegate to your children when they come to an age na they can understand already. And then you will work together now. And then maybe magtutulungan.
Yes.
Magtutulungan. And then who knows? Ako personally, hindi ako techie eh. Yung mga bata ang bilis mag-catch on sa mga technical things, mga laptops, mga phones, and all that. Kung magkaroon kayo ng maliit na online business, ang mga anak natin, makakatulong pa rin sa atin yung sa paggamit ng mga computers, mga telepono.
They are good. They are very good. Oh my gosh, unbelievable.
So it's really yung example mo and how you impart to your children and share. Do not lie to them. Let them know what's really happening outside so that they can fully understand.
Correct.
And then work together.
Tama.
Because when you work together, hindi lang isa ngayon ang gumagawa ng trabaho. You will share the load with 2 people now. And maybe with 3 people now. Di ba? Magtutulungan kayo. And then in the process, you will be able to give, you'll be able to take, and vice versa. So
Tama.
gumagaang lahat.
Tama.
Pati tuloy yung problema na share mo, hindi ikaw lahat ang nagdadala.
Tama.
Malay mo ang solusyon, masuggest pa ng mga anak mo.
Galing pa sa mga anak, di ba? Totoo yun.
Yes,
Totoo yun.
from the mouth of babe. Who knows, hindi ba?
Yes.
The answer might be there.
Oo.
So again, it goes back to what we said earlier on. You know how communication is very important? Speaking the truth is equally as important.
Yeah.
Kasi
Actually, I agree with you.
hindi ho ba, the minute that you lie and keep things from your children, and the children also towards you.
You know, it's very true kasi katulad ng when I was younger, I was a very young mother. And then so ang generation gap namin ng kids ko is very small, right? Not so wide. So sabi ko and my mother would always ask me, bakit masyado kang open sa mga anak mo? Bakit masyado mo silang parang you tell them everything. They don't have to know everything. And you know, that proved to be good actually at the end kasi naging mature sila and naintindihan nila. And yung trust nandoon because alam nilang hindi ko sinusugarcoat yung stories. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
So I agree with you. Very well, you know?
Minsan nga, pagkakasama ko yung mga anak ko, parang, teka, sino bang matanda dito sa atin? Parang kasi sa kanila na nanggagaling yung mga payo. Alam mo, ma'am, kasi ganito na yan eh. Alam mo, so ako naman parang, okay. But then it's nice because you know, yung bago ka matulog, iniisip mo kung ano yung mga nagawa mo today and you thank the Lord for the things you were able to accomplish, this and that. And then you realize na, hey, maybe I did something good along the way because my children know they're not perfect. Like I am not perfect.
No one is perfect.
But we aspire, di ba? We aspire. And
the
then,
values are doon.
Yes, the values are there. And I'd like to think these were passed on also to me by my parents, by my nanay.
Yes.
And I learned that. So these are the same values now that I pass on and I share with my children. So, you know, when I go to sleep, parang, yeah, I think, okay, you give yourself a pat on the back. Naku, mga mommies, mga daddies din, give yourselves a pat on the back. Don't be too hard on yourself. I learned that the hard way. You know,
another problem that mothers are going through right now is home study, right? Homeschooling ngayon. Ako, I have experienced that. Kasi when my kids, we live in Indonesia for a while, and there were no school, and so I had to enroll my kids, you know, Maryland in home study, you know. So I was a teacher, but now, you know, everybody is on a homeschooling, right? So what would you advise, you know, the parents on, you know, for their kids, lalo na ang mga bata ngayon is like bawal lumabas, you know, 15 years old and below, hindi pwedeng lumabas. Can you imagine confining kids at home? Oh my gosh, I cannot imagine, you know.
Yes, I wouldn't know how to personally be a mom of today if that was my case with a child studying home study sa computer. Ako kasi lumaki ako na after school nasa kalye na kami naglalaro.
Yes.
So ngayon makikita mo na lang yung mga anak nyo. I know madami na tayo mga phones and gadgets and all that. But now you have to do your studying using all these gadgets.
Yung social interaction nila, nawawala na. You know what I mean?
That's why you have to keep things entertaining.
Yes.
You're not only mom, you are a friend, you are a classmate, you are a teacher. You change
everything.
Costumes and become an artista like my work. Na I can become a character, you know, at a flick of a finger, I'm somebody else.
Yes.
Di ba pag tinanong ka ng anak mo, Ma'am, paano ba ito? Hindi ko maintindihan. So ngayon, teacher ka.
O, teka muna, papalit ako ng damit.
Correct. Di ba magic? Mamaya pagka na, ano na yan, classmate.
Ano ang ulam?
Ma'am, hinigutom ako. Nanay ka ulit. Di ba?
Okay.
Tapos mamaya, Ma'am, sakit na ng ulo ko. Kanina pa ako doctor, nurse ka naman. Di ba? Eh pagka natapos na yon, syempre gusto mo naman aliwin. O, alika,
Flower ka
maglaro
na.
tayo kung anong game or kung
Yes.
manood kayo ng something. Kapatid ka, ate ka, kuya ka, best friend ka. You become an all-around person.
It's so funny you said that because, you know, when I was doing the home study, teaching the kids, so we converted one of the offices of my ex-husband, no, to become, I mean, to converted into a school. I mean, as classroom. So 8 o'clock, papasok na kami, teacher ako, naka-teacher, hindi ako ang mami mo, teacher mo ako. You know? That effective because, you know, nako, those were the like na-terrorize sila.
Yes.
You know, you're always stricter to your kids, di ba?
Actually, mas judgmental ka. Mas
oh my gosh,
judgmental.
hindi pwede bali, hindi. Wala akong anak na bobo. You know?
Comparing to school notes, in our jobs, I mean, we're artists, we study scripts.
Yes.
And ito lang bago umalis si Diego kasi naka-lock-in taping na sila. We were studying his script. So, nag-script reading. Hindi kami online. Face-to-face kami. Alright, so magbabasa na tayo ngayon. Ikaw daw itong character, ako itong character, okay? Ganun din ang sinabi ko. I'm not your mom right now. I am Celine, okay? So, hindi ako yung mom mo. So, pag sumagot ka sa akin, wag tonong sinasagot mo yung mami mo. Okay? Dapat in character ka. So that's where I understand how it is now for moms. Alam mo, pag nag-online study siguro yung mga bata. Okay, right now, I'm not your mom. I am your teacher. Mamaya, I'm your principal. Mamaya, I'm your classmate. Ganon.
Yes. No, it must be really tough, you know. Kaya
But I think, moms,
yeah,
it's an inborn talent of moms to be able to, I'm sure it's really tough. I'm really sure.
Sabi nga nila, I think, you know, I read somewhere, God must be a woman. Kasi to understand everything and to be to cope with every issue, you know, you have to be a woman. You know, kasi wala sa mga guys, hindi sila ganon eh. They look at things straight, right? And we look at things 180 degrees, you know, wide, right? So that's why we were chosen to be the mother and the one to nurture and to pasang krus, you know, and to carry all the burden and the pain and hide all this misery, you know, and still put a smile on our face, right?
Exactly.
Ilaw ng tahanan, sabi nila.
And in a spiritual way, I read just a few days ago, that's why God chose us to be the portal of life. Sabi ko, wow, ang lalim nun. Oo nga. No disrespect to the men population. Please, don't get me wrong.
Yeah. Yes.
Pero when a woman falls pregnant and you carry a life within you, you cannot explain that. It really is a superpower.
Yeah, totoo. I totally agree. Well, you know, you've heard Miss Teresa Loyzaga, you know, I'm sure sumasang-ayon po kayo sa akin na, you know, she's really an icon of a woman, a mother, you know, of all seasons.
Salamat po. Siguro din po dahil marami din ako naging pagkakamali. Ang mahalaga po sa bawat pagkakamali ay matuto tayo.
Tama.
Diba sabi nila, when you make a mistake, a wrong choice, it's a mistake.
Tama.
You do it once, it's a mistake.
Correct.
You do it twice, it's a choice.
Yes.
So it is up to you.
And you do it 3 times? It's a character issue. Character issue.
Diba, there's also that saying, Miss Susan, when money is lost, nothing is lost. When health is lost, something is lost. But when character is lost,
you've lost
everything is lost.
That's true. I agree with that. Kaya nga, yun din ang isang napakalaking role po nating mga nanay dahil meron po tayong napakalaking katungkulan at influence sa mga character forming ng anak natin, di ba? Yan po, I mean, I tried my best on my own sa mga anak ko to teach them good values at saka huwag magtanim, and to look at the things positively. And, luckily, yung result maganda naman. Sabi nga natin, di ba, ang pagmamahal ng ina, sabi nga nila, inang awa, unconditional love ang nanay. Meron po mga ina na talagang tinatanong ng mga anak na bakit ang nanay ko gano'n, hindi ako mahal, hindi ako inunawa, kinalaban ako. Meron hong mga pagkakataon na gano'n, pero we have to choose to understand instead of seeking to be understood. Karamihan po ng ina, napakalaki ng puso. Walang masamang anak sa isang ina. Wala hong pangit na anak sa isang ina. Kaya pag tinanong ka, gwapo daw siya, tinanong mo siya, sabi daw ng nanay niya. Di ba? Sabi ng nanay niya, gwapo siya. Di ba? Pero, hindi ho, kahanga-hanga po ang mga nanay dahil napakalaki po talaga ng katungkulan natin sa hindi lang po sa ating mga anak, kundi sa ating pamilya, so lalo na po ngayong pandemya. Ang maipapayo ko naman, Miss Teresa, sa mga nanay ngayon na walang trabaho, kulang ang, ang pera para to meet, to have both ends meet. Siguro po, magbawas tayo ng gastusin, di ba? Kung dating lagi tayong karne, siguro ngayon maggulay-gulay. Kaya may maganda ring nagagawa ang pandemya. Kasi katulad ng sabi mo,
ang sarap ng gulay!
Ang sarap ng gulay. At saka yung mayroon ng time tayong mag-usap sa mga anak, sa pamilya. Di ba? We see each other more often. We can communicate more. And we can pray together, magdasal po, di ba? Pero wag po natin sa atin pong mga nanay, dapat magsimula ang pagpapanatag at pagpapalakas ng loob ng mga bata. Wag po tayong magpakita ng kahinaan. Tayo po ang magsilbing lalong malakas na ilaw nila. Na kung noon pong mga 30 years ago, wala naman pong microwave, wala naman pong TV, wala naman pong lahat. Kung hindi kaya na may internet, putulin ang internet. Hindi kayang mag-aircon, hindi kayang mag-gasol, magkahoy tayo ulit. Let's go back to simplify life. Siguro that's one thing na, let's go back to basics, di ba? So let's, there's so many advantage that is behind, that this pandemic can bring. If we only keep our eyes open. Like, ako nga, I go to work, I go home, and then, ano pang gagawin ko, I learn more. I try to study more, and talk to my daughter, and, So, there's so many things, So, meron hong comment from a follower, from Jocelyn Evora. A mother's love is something that no one can explain. It is made of deep devotion and of sacrifice and pain. It is endless and unselfish and enduring, come what may. For nothing can destroy it or take that love away. How beautiful. Thank you, Miss Jocelyn. That's very well said. And it's really true.
Thank you.
At saka yung sakit ng mga anak natin, nararamdaman natin, di ba? Di ba? So...
Pero ang nakakatuwa, hindi ba na pagka makita mong malagpasan ng mga anak mo ang mga trials nila sa buhay nila. Ito, sinasabi ko lang, nararamdaman ko na. Yung nakaupo ka lang, tinitignan mo lang sila, hindi mo ma-explain ano yung nararamdaman mong yun, pero ang sarap nung feeling pagka inisip mo na alam mo na you were there. Inalalayan mo sila. Natulungan mo sila. So ngayon, yung dating inaalagaan mo ganyan na sa kamay mo, eto na, lilipad na siya. Tapos masakit, it's bittersweet na mapapalayo pero makikita mo how high
Yes.
he can soar.
Yes, tama.
It is an unexplainable feeling,
And
di ba?
sometimes kahit wala na sila sa tabi natin, pero alam mong nasa mabuti naman siyang kalagayan, when you love someone, you set them free, right? And kung doon sila mas mabuti, then you're happy for them,
That is
Hindi
true.
selfish hindi yung, and walang condition walang, it's unconditional, So, at saka yung masarap, di ba yung sila na ang nagpapayo sa'yo, di ba?
Sila na ngayon mag-aalaga sa'yo. It's a cycle. Nung bata sila, ikaw yung nandun, inalagaan mo sila hanggang sa lumaki sila. Okay, ngayon, malaki na sila, established na sila. Ikaw naman, tapos ka na sa trabaho, dapat niyan. Dapat donya ka na niyan, aalagaan ka na nila. Sila na yung pupunta sa bahay ngayon magbibisita, sila na yung nagre-regalo sa'yo, sila na yung tawag ng tawag, how are you mom? How's everything? Ganun na, sila na ngayon yung mag-aalaga sa'yo. Umikot na ulit. Ikaw na ngayon yung aalagaan.
Laging sila ang nag-aalala. Ako nga yung mga anak ko, mom, what are you doing? Oh my gosh, sila na yung parang nabaliktad, sila na yung laging nag-aalala sa'yo. It's a
well,
good
wasn't
feeling.
today such a special day? I really enjoyed getting messages and talking to my children and receiving flowers from them and little notes. Parang, hi, sana everyday Mother's Day, enjoy na enjoy ako. Never ako nagsasawa na nakakarinig ako ng mga balibalita or kwento-kwento or tawag ng mga anak ko.
So nice. Well, you raised them up very well. So, yun yung pinakamagandang award. Diba? Yung pinakamagandang award yung alam mong
I just tried my best. Ganun lang yun. So mothers, huwag kayong mag-alala mga mamshies. Ano lang yan talaga eh. You can only do as much as you can. You cannot compare yourself with this other mom or that other mom. Basta ang alam nyo lang sa sarili ninyo, ginagawa nyo lahat ng kaya nyo. And you are enough. You are sufficient. You are appreciated. You are a good mom. Never compare yourself with others. Never. You just do your best. You be a mom. You love them the way you know how to love. You cannot be wrong.
I totally agree. Anyway, thank you very much, Ms. Teresa. I think
Susan, thank you.
You have inspired a lot of moms there.
I hope so.
Of course, thank you for being with us. Okay. I know
it is my pleasure.
Thank you. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. And to everyone again, Happy Mother's Day.
Stay safe. Okay,
stay safe.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, so now, recap po natin. Of course, ano po ang natutunan natin kay Ms. Teresa? Napakarami. Communication, number 1 sa mga bata. Be open with them, of course, at constant communication and openness. And then, of course, do your best. Huwag maging totoo po kayo sa kanila. Be, truthful. Huwag po tayong maglilihim at magsisinungaling. Yung value po ng mother talaga is beyond me. Okay? I mean, I miss my mother. She's long gone and still wala pong makakapalit sa place ng isang ina. Because sila po ang unang umiiyak pag tayo ay nasasaktan at nalulungkot. Sila din po ang unang lumulundag pag tayo ay merong, ipagdiriwang o meron po tayong mga achievements sa buhay or milestone. Pag nakita nila tayong maligaya, totoo po yung palakpak at ang yakap nila. Pag may sakit po tayo, yung haplos ng ating ina, parang daig pa po sa antibiotics at daig pa po sa Tylenol o paracetamol, di ba? Parang ang sarap ng yakap, ang sarap, totoong-totoo pong kung kumukulog o kaya kumikidlat, di ba? Pag nandiyan yung nanay mo, parang ang lakas ng loob mo. So mga nanay, mga mother, I salute you. Continue to do your best and of course, give your all to your kids. You are the only one they have. At ang mga anak, mahalin nyo ang inyong mga nanay dahil wala hong makakapalit sa pagmamahal ng isang ina. Wala po, wala. So, another comment from a follower, si Paul Vivo. A mother is the only person who can give 101% unconditional love to her children up to her last breath. That's true, Paul. Wala huwang, kung minsan isusubo na lang ng iyong ina, ibibigay pa sa'yo. Wala kung nilalang sa mundo na gano'n, and, please honor your mothers. Please love them. And if they are gone, don't forget to pray for them. Kahit po yung mga death anniversary lang po nila. Dahil I really believe na nandyan lang po sila sa tabi natin at nakikita pa rin po nila tayo. I believe in that. After all, mas maganda pong maniwala kaysa hindi dahil baka totoo, sige, ikaw rin, hindi mo pinapakita yung love mo, tiri kayo ng kanila pagka anniversary ng mga kanilang death. So, mga nanay, mga mami, mga momshi, thank you. Ang bait naman nila. Oh my gosh. Wow. Patatabain na naman nila ako. Pakita mo naman sa camera. Sama na ho kayo dito. Kain kayo dito. Happy Mother's Day po sa inyong lahat. Meanwhile, ikakain ko na lang po kayo ng cake. Okay? I-enjoy po namin. At sana, nagdiriwang po kayo. At sana po, ay pinagdiriwang din po kayo ng inyong mga anak. Mga anak, yakapin, tawagan, at i-text nyo po si Mami. Okay? Show her you love her. Because ngayon pong pandemya, kung sino man po ang mga mahal natin sa buhay, sabihan na natin dahil hindi natin alam, baka bukas wala na sila. Okay? It's a very difficult world we live in right now. Love everyone. Thank you. Not everyone, but love as much as you can. Okay? Love you all. Meanwhile, live, learn, and be happy. Ito po si Susan Barlin, ang inyong life coach dito sa Life Talk. Yay!